Okay, hello everyone. It's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is Sunday night at about 6:30 p.m. Let's see, what is today? November the 20th, 2011. One of the things probably a lot of people have forgotten all about is what they did with Dubai back in Thanksgiving of 2009. I remember it. I posted on it. It took me by surprise then. The gangsters, essentially what they did was they released news about Dubai that Friday morning when they knew that the traders would be gone and the volume would be extremely light and it was only a half day of trading. And they did this because they wanted to keep the market up. So they planned on releasing the news, and I've put the link in here for it, but you can see it's dated back November the 26th, 2009. But they released this news, and the market sold off 3.3%. This was all done, of course, intentionally. And it talks about what went on, the credit default swaps tied to the debt. You can read the whole story again if you want, but we all remember about the default issue. Dubai. And so the market at that time, if we actually went back and looked at the market at that time, it was probably in an uptrend, at least on the monthly, I believe. Oh, yes, it was. Of course, yes. We had bottomed out here in 2009, and towards the end of the year, we were here. The monthly chart was soaring up. This was in November, so it wasn't here. Okay, so the monthly chart was soaring up. And the weekly chart, let's see here, to October, November. The weekly chart was October, November. I guess you could say it was peaking out because it was going downhill, you can see. So there was going to be a sell-off after that, but obviously that particular day they controlled the market quite well. And had they not done that and released it during regular market hours, I definitely think the market would have tanked tremendously, a lot more than what it did. They intentionally did that. They did that because they wanted to hold the market up. They didn't want the market crashing. I've thought about this a lot, what Ben Fulford has been saying, that recently that they shut down those secret trading platforms, and that it was originally scheduled to be done on 11/11/11, and they did it early, a week early or something. And then that they also have the codes that allows the gangsters, Bernanke and Bush and Cheney and Clinton and Rockefeller and Obama, all these gangsters, these thugs, these murdering, rapists, Satanists, pigs, that allows them to just punch in a password and create money out of thin air and use this money to prop up the market. That's what they've been doing with QE1, QE2, and probably QE3. But we haven't had QE3, at least not officially yet. So they've essentially been able to prop up the market and keep it from crashing during this time period. So I don't know what the market would have been like if Ben Fulford and his White Dragon Society would have succeeded back during this time period. Certainly, if this would have continued down without the QE2 program, the market probably very well could have rolled over here and just continued on down, crashing again. So obviously QE1, QE2, obviously this was QE1 and QE2, I guess. I don't remember the exact dates that they were announced, but you could argue the fact that certainly when we were here, we could have crashed down and continued down. There was no reason for it to go up here any higher. You can see the monthly chart was rolling over, and what did? They come in with QE2 to save the day. Okay, and why is it not rallying up now? Because they don't have access to QE3. So, I've thought about it, and I thought, it's awful interesting, the timing. And I wrote this on the blog down here towards the bottom, that I wrote it was awful interesting that the timing of of Ben Fulford's, well, somewhere on here. I'm sorry, we'll get back to it, but I just thought, you know, if the gangsters are really losing control, then why is it that it seems like it's going according to plan with the charts? In other words, it's lining up perfectly with the charts, lining up perfectly with what they told Lindsey Williams, that they're going to crash it in 2012. And when I say they crash it in 2012, I mean it's going to drop 2,000 and 3,000 points like nothing on the Dow. And that's what I think Lindsey is talking about with the crash. Because you can see we are just now, essentially that's a wave 1 down to 2. We're going to have a 3, and inside this 3 we'll have a 3. So this 3 wave will be a 5 wave move most likely. You know, I don't know how it's going to pan out with this, but you can see this one here. It basically had a 1, a 2, the 1 inside of this larger 3, and I'll draw this for you so you understand what we're talking about right here. But essentially this was your wave 1 down here on the monthly, and here was your wave 2, which I think is where we're at right now. We're wave 1, wave 2, okay. Then they had this massive sell-off all the way down here was the wave 3. That was it. And this was obviously just, you call this an ABC move instead of a wave. I guess, well, no, I guess technically, let's undo that. I see 5 waves in here now. So if we undid that, so we could actually say that this move down to here was the wave 3, back up here for wave, right there for wave 4, and then the final 5th wave. But inside of this 3-wave pattern, if you look at it, you can clearly see, I should have done that in another color for you guys, but let's go back, boom, go back, boom, and let's do this in yellow so it's easy to see. Okay, inside here you've got this wave 1 down, this wave 2 up, this wave 3 down. My goodness, that was a huge one, all the way down to, let's say, about right there, then back up to this area right here, then down here finally to this 5th wave. I know it's kind of hard to see. I can do that a little better for you. Okay, so wave 1, wave 2. Okay, now wave 3 essentially would have ended from this. Wave 3 would have ended right there, the wave 3 inside this wave 3. So this would have been a very large wave 3 inside of a wave 3. Then you'd have had the 4th wave back up here, the 5th wave here, and this whole move would have, and then obviously wave 1 would have ended there, wave 2 would have been there. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about here. But you had 5 waves inside of this wave 3. Then you had your 4th wave up and your 5th wave down. Okay, we're kind of in that same situation right here. We've had our wave 1 down, now we're going up for a wave 2. Inside this wave 2, let's go for different colors so you can kind of see it. Inside this wave 2, we should have a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up, a massive wave 3 down, a wave 4 up, and then a wave 3 down. Okay? This is all on a monthly scale, so this is very, very scary on the monthly scale. And this is what I think Lindsey's talking about for the real crash in 2012. Of course, I'm doing this on a very, very small scale because easily it's going to take out this. This is down here. Before it's all said and done in 2013 or 14, I don't know when they're going to bottom this thing out, but we already know we got a 34.65 fake print on the SPY. That puts you at 346.50 roughly on the SPX, or approximately 3,000 to 4,000 range on the Dow. And who knows when that's going to happen? That's going to be a ways out. But the point being is, you basically had your QE1 there, and then here to say we should have crashed. We didn't. If Ben Fulford and his team would have shut down the financial system, then we would have went ahead and crashed and cleaned out this garbage, and we would have went down here, and it wouldn't been probably as bad. But instead, they come up with QE2. And right now, so far, we don't have the QE3. So it's not there, folks. And I don't think they're going to get it. I do believe that basically what is going on with Ben Fulford and his White Dragon Society is accurate, and that we're not going to have that QE3 anytime soon. Yeah, maybe eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen. The gangsters are up against now a new group called the Red Dragon Society. How cool. I like those guys already. And they offered support for the new system, which basically has crashed the market, clean out the illegal derivatives, and restart back over. And the Red Dragon Society is headed by some admiral, I guess Chinese admiral. No, in New Zealand, okay. But he's got 59 countries with him, 2,700 tribes. This, according to Ben, brings the total to, I don't know, 159 or 160 or whatever countries that are all aligned against the 5 or 6 countries that the 6 countries that the gangster J. Rockefeller, George Bush, Daddy, George Bush, Bill Clinton, these gangsters that they control, Henry Kissinger, etc. Okay, here it is. It means 166 nations now support the new system. We can't, we can't continue like this with this fake money in the system. It's got to be cleaned out. I do believe that's what's going to happen, and I do believe that when this is all said and done, these gangsters will, be arrested. I really do believe that. I really want to believe that they're going to arrest these fools, and we're going to have a free market that you'll be able to make money from trading the charts successfully. And it's looking more and more like right now that the charts are going to start working again, and that they're not going to be able to manipulate this on a big scale like what they've been doing in the past. The big scale, they're just not going to be able to do it. So you can see here on the weekly we did break support here on this. You can see it's curling over and going down. Everything right there, it should tell you that we are going down. I mean, just look at it right here. It's going down. Here it's going down. It's rolling over. Here it's rolling over. Everything should tell you at this point here we broke support here. We're headed down. So everything tells me that they're going to take this down, and they got no choice. Yeah, they're still in control of it, but that's not going. They're not. I don't think they're in control of it on a large scale like they have. So yeah, the supercomputer HAL 2000 or Skynet, whatever you want to nickname the computer that runs this market, is still in control for now. But without the money, that secret trading platform that Ben and his group talks about, without that, they're kind of screwed. So on a shorter term here, what I'm looking for Monday is a gap down and put it in a bottoming tail to complete this 5th wave down, and then a light volume rally. I don't know how far up on Monday or Tuesday, so maybe something like this, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then possibly Friday. I don't know if it's going to go up very high. Maybe it just trades sideways and makes a bull flag, but I mean a bear flag. Okay, that's possible that it could do that. But so maybe one of these kind of days like that, and then up for the rest of them. You can see we're getting close here to bottoming out, and you kind of think they're going to maybe try to hook it back up for a few days into this rest of this week, and maybe run up here and hit this 50, or even draw you a trend line right here. Maybe they don't even get up to the 50. They get up to here, run up into here, and then crash it the following day. I want you to see that 11/29/11 is another ritual date for these gangsters, and because 2 + 9 = 11, so therefore you have another 11/11/11 date, and so I think that is going to be a crash date, and I think that's going to happen. That's a Tuesday. And so what I would suspect that they're going to do is release this Friday the 25th, that is the day after Thanksgiving, this Friday, it's a half day. Okay, so it's a half day trading. So I think nothing's going to happen on that day. No news will be released like it was last year, or not last year, but in 2009. In 2009, if I recall, they released it during market hours. They released the Dubai news during market hours. Now, I thought about this for a while, and I know why they did that. It was because they could control the market because all the traders were gone. And so if they released the news during the market hours, let the market sell off and tank, they controlled it because it was a light volume tank. And then they had the whole weekend to spin the news as they usually do and bring it positive again on Monday. And you didn't have anything happen on Monday. I recall that. I thought we was going to crash that following Monday, but no, they spun the news like they always do. That was all planned. So that's why it leads me to believe we're either going to have an MF Global type event being released over this coming weekend after Thanksgiving, or maybe Italy comes out and defaults, or I don't know what the event will be, but I do believe something is going to happen the Friday after this week right here, and that would be the 25th, that last date, and obviously closed on the 24th for Thanksgiving. So, and then I think what you're going to have is a move down like this, and that is going to be your wave 3 inside of this. With this whole move being, this is kind of a sloppy count, obviously, but somehow in this, I still think this was a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up. We're getting ready to have a large wave 3 down. Inside of that, somehow we've had a wave 1 down, some choppy wave 2. Okay, then inside this, when we're going to have a wave 3 down inside this, it's starting off with inside this, it's got a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up, a wave 3 down, a wave 4, and a wave 5, all to make up this single wave 3. If that makes sense to you. That's why I think you'll get the crash wave there, because you'll have, let's see, you'll have this one being a wave 3, this one being a wave 3, this being a wave 3, and then this whole big thing being a wave 3. So again, we're still waiting on these wave 3s of 3s of 3s, but it looks like what we're going to get on Monday, we're going to be in primary, let's see here, P3. We're going to be in P3, and that down, of course, and it will also be in this intermediate wave 3 down, and then we should be in the first wave down of, I don't know, you call that a major wave 1 down? Hang on a second here. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I need to redraw those charts anyway, kind of clean up that mess. So let's try this again, and let's get these colors right, because this is coming, folks. It's timing it is not easy, but because they do manipulate this market, but everyone pretty much agrees that we are in a primary wave 3 down. That is pretty much a given. That means this was the high, and this here is P3. Okay, so for Monday, we are in P3 down. Now, inside of P3, you've got a larger intermediate wave 1, intermediate wave 2, and intermediate wave 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, so that's I3. And then inside of that, we have what you would call, I guess, would be called a, let's see here, a major wave. I guess you could call it that. It doesn't really make a difference what you call it, but I'm going to call it a major wave. So inside of that, you got a major wave 1, major wave 2, major wave 3, Major wave 4 and a major wave 5, I guess, is somehow you count this. If I'm counting this right. Obviously, this is not to scale because this is not matching up here. Basically, this one and this 3 should be a little bit longer, so maybe I should go back a little bit here. Okay, so then go up and then go down for 3, then up and then down for that one. Okay, so that's a major wave. Let's see, 3 is the whole wave we're in. And inside, well, I'm doing that all wrong, ain't I? I'm sorry, folks. Phone calls sometimes just throw me off for a loop. I should be. No, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. So this inside of intermediate wave 3, we are in a as of this green one here. This was major wave 1. That was 1. And then here MJ2 and MJ3, MJ5 and 4 right here. You see what I'm saying? So we are starting inside of that. We are right now in a 3-wave down. Inside of this third wave, you could say that there's some minor waves inside it as well. And those waves are going to be, let's pick a color here. So inside of that, you've got a 1-wave down, a 2-wave up, a 3-wave down, a 4-wave up, and a 5-wave down inside of that. So this 4th wave right here, I think is just going to play out. It's not looking good. Too much here on the charts. So 1, 2, 3, sideways for 4, down for 5. Okay, I think we had our 4. That's sloppy, folks. Sorry. Trying to get this to but I think that was our 4 wave, and now we're going to have our 5th wave, and it's going to be a smaller 5th wave of somehow. But this whole move right here is a 1 wave, is really what I'm trying to get at. So inside is 5 waves down, and that's why I say we're going to have a wave 2 up into Friday, and then we'll have a wave 3 down, after that a crash wave. So let's just simply call that minor, let's see, wave 1. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm sorry. So minor wave 1, and then that completes that inside of this 3rd wave. So minor wave 1. Boy, this is getting confusing trying to get these wave counts. But again, I don't do Elliott wave, and this is just all based upon looking at all the histogram charts and the MACDs, the full stochastics, all these on each and every time frame. Each and every time frame. The monthlies support this. The monthlies are these bigger waves. The weeklies support this. They're the bigger waves. So that's why you're getting this count. So essentially, then you've got, and that's where I kind of screwed it all up there. But no, that's not going to be the right color. How about that? So inside here we've got, and I'm not going to even bother, I'm just going to put it just like this and just say that there are 5 waves in there. And you can call that minute or minute. It looks like minute, but you actually pronounce it as minute. I think we're going to have minute wave 5 down on Monday. Okay? Then what I would say would happen on Tuesday, let's see if I can do this right. So Tuesday, if all goes well, we'll still be in P3, I3, major wave 3. We should be in minor wave 2 up. Okay, and that's down, down, down. That's up, and then you can call this right here. You can call this. Then you would have minute wave 1 up would be starting on Tuesday, and so what's going to end up happening is by the end of the week, we fast forward to Friday, And what I'm thinking is going to happen is that we'll still be in P3 down, I3 intermediate wave 3 down, major wave 3 down, and minor wave 2 up will have completed, and we will be ending minor wave 2, and then that would start minor wave 3 down on Monday the 28th. A lot of stuff there going on, but basically if we did this here Monday, you're going to have a 3 3 3 1 5 wave. Tuesday you have a 3 3 3 2 wave, and you could call this a 1 through 5 all the way into Friday. That's all the way into Friday before that completes. And then you start your 3 3 3 1 wave down on Monday the following week, and then Tuesday you should have your 3 3 3 3 wave down on Tuesday, and that again is 11 29 11. That's why you're going to get a crash on Tuesday. I can't see if this wave count plays out. I know it's sloppy, it's hard to read, but the more threes you got, the bigger the wave count down, and this all lines up with what I see is happening over the course. It just makes sense. Everything should line up with this light volume. I can't see any other reason why it would not line up with the light volume, and we should have this wave 2 up, which again is right here. This purple line here, wave 2 up for Monday. No, not Monday down, then Tuesday up, Wednesday, and skip Thursday for Thanksgiving, and Friday up to complete the wave 2, and then you start your multiple wave 3s, and you can see there's 1 2 3 4. There's your big ones, and of course inside of this 3 wave right here, you'll have 1 2 3 4 5 inside of that. That's why I said that 1 wave starts on Monday, then the 3 wave right here would start on Tuesday. I hope this doesn't confuse everyone. I know it doesn't always play out like this. We've been trying to get this, but I don't think too many people are looking, and we'll go clear all this and move on. I don't think too many people are looking at the big picture here with these wave counts, and I think people are going to be surprised by it. I really do. Looking here on the short terms to support all this, this is the 60-minute chart, obviously, and you can see we do have a bear flag, which I do think is going to play out, and that's where you can count your wave count there on the waves down. Obviously this was a 3 wave of somehow. This sideways was a 4 wave, and then we should have a 5th wave down on Monday, and then this whole pattern here was somehow, I don't know, this choppy. It's so hard to get these wave counts right correctly, perfectly, but this whole count here from, I believe, from here, oh no, let's see, from here to here was the 2. This started the 3. So, and then inside this 3 we had a basically some type of 1 down, 2 up, 3 down, 4 sideways, 5 down on Monday. Boom, you got your wave 1. This whole move here is a 1 wave, and then up the rest of the week into Friday, and then down for the 3 wave, inside of the 3 wave, inside of the 3 wave, etc. So let's skip that, and let's just look at what you would expect here. You'd expect to see this kind of bar right here to put in some type of positive divergence to run it up, and then you'd run it up in Tuesday through the rest of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and you might have some big move up like this, and then down, and then maybe like this to put in your negative divergence. Is what I'd expect by Friday. Is kind of what I'm expecting to happen. So this means this would dip down a little bit, go down a little bit more, then work its way back up as this thing, gets very oversold. Same thing down here, folks. Same thing down here on the 60. This is going to line up quite well with the 30. The 30 is clearly showing that it is ready to fall down here. Boom. I don't know if I'm borrowing Ron Walker's charts because he's got some good charts, folks. I like to borrow him. I hope he doesn't mind. I always give him credit. His blog his thing is listed on my site as well. I don't know if this count is right, and the reason I don't think his count is right, but he's guessing too, folks. I'm guessing, he's guessing. We're all doing the best we can, and it's very hard to figure this out perfectly. But I agree with him on this being a fifth wave down. You can see how he's got it marked: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just that I think that this is just the start of a wave 1 down, and I think so I think this whole move down here is a wave 1 down and 5 waves inside it, and then we have our wave 2 up the rest of the week. And again, the reason I'm basing this is on the light volume and how easy it is for them to manipulate it during volume. Okay. VOLUME. Sorry. Light volume is the reason I think that they'll do it, and it's the holiday, and it's the ritual of 29, and that's when we're going to line up with 33333. It's all perfect. It's too perfect, and I don't think a lot of people are going to see it and put it together. I really don't. So you should see this here on Monday as it goes down, and probably Tuesday again through Friday. You might see some type of stuff like this, put in some negative divergence. You can see it's pretty oversold here. Could dip down a little bit, then go back up. You can see here when we're oversold, we could go down a little bit lower on it, but I don't think we're ready to go down a little bit lower just yet. So again, to me, I don't think we're going to go down here to where Ron's fifth wave is yet. I think they're going to surprise everyone and float it up during this light volume, push it out to the 29th, where they have the multiple wave 3 counts down. So I think that I have covered everything here. You look at the 15-minute chart, same thing. You can see we should go down here easily in the morning to complete the bear flag. You go down to wherever. I don't know how far it's going to go down. Right now the ES has been down about 10 points or more, but so we could easily just drop down here. Maybe we just barely go past the 1209. I'm not sure where it's going to end up, but that would obviously let this dip down and then curl back up before it finally gets multiple. Very overbought. Let's look at some of these ES charts so you can kind of get a better feel of them. So let's pull them down, and we'll just, and so you'll see what I'm talking about here on the ES. It's always a good one to watch. Now look at this trend line right here, folks. Do you see where that is? May 2nd, 2011. That was our high. We went right down to that trend line, bounced right on it at 1200. Somehow, I don't think they're going to give that up yet. I do not think they're going to give that up. You can zoom in on this, and again, we didn't quite hit it. Look at there, we didn't quite hit it when I zoom in on the 60-minute chart. The 60 is obviously down here low and working its way up, and it sold back down. I do believe it's going to curl up. I can write on this for you too if you want. And essentially, you can see where it's at here. It could go a little lower, but it didn't. They held it up pretty good. Here, these are turning points. As you can see, that's why we turned up. So I'm expecting us to go down here, maybe put a higher low in, but then run back up after this is all said and done through Tuesday through Friday is what I'm expecting us to do. And so yes, we could run down here to just below 1200 and hit this. Depends on, when it opens. Obviously this line is continuing to slope down, and I can be off just a hair on it, but draw you a trend line from the May 2nd high and draw you one down to here, and I think that's our bouncing point for this market. Now let's look at different time frames here. Let's look at the 2 hour. The ES is very important. When you get these all lined up together, man, you get a massive move one way or the other when you get the ES and the SPX and the SPY all lined up together. And again, you can see on the 2 hour chart, same thing. Look at where we're at right here. We are down here oversold, 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 oversold. Yeah, a little bit oversold there. That's probably because the daily was probably pointing up at that time. It's probably gave it some support and lift. And here, I think again we could dip down a little and then curl right back up. You can see it's wanting to go down here on the 2-hour chart. This would support my theory that Monday will be a down day, at least early on, before they try to turn this back up. And then let's oops, out of memory on this. Figures. Okay. Let's see. Control Alt Delete. And we'll have to kill that stupid program that what is that thing called? Am I out of memory? Yeah, I'm 12 gigs. I'm over my limit. 12 gigs. Pin noticer. Let's end it. And we'll just move on without it. Let's see, did that help? Yeah, drop me down to 10 gigs. Fantastic. I need to up the memory on this to 16 gigs. Anyway, if we simply go here to 4-hour chart to get you an idea of what I'm seeing here in the 4-hour chart. Now look at this, folks. And I'm not going to draw, I'm not going to open that pin noticer up again, but look down here at the bottom. Oversold, oversold, oversold. And now where are we at? Down here at -7 or something like that. And area. So what if they pushed it down a little bit again on Monday and, you know, kept these bars, since it'll be light volume, kept these bars to where there's not a lot of negative bars, not very deep bars, but the actual MACDs go a little bit deeper, then start to curl back up after hours Monday and provide a rally on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, which on the 4-hour chart, you know, you could easily see that happening and getting very overbought up here to 5 or more by Friday. Very well could happen. And again, you would hold this line roughly. Now you can see it's below 1200 here, between 1190 and 1200, so 1195 or something on the ES. So, and again, the line is going to slope down by the morning, but you could actually probably count 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're working on our 5th wave right here on the ES. It's matching up with the SPX. Everything again is telling me that we are going to go down on Monday. I think we'll close negative. I don't know for sure, but I do think we'll definitely go down. The majority of the selling will be in the morning, and then we'll start to turn back up either late Monday or Tuesday and rally Tuesday through the rest of the week into Friday. Then we crash after that with some stage news event that is perfectly timed to be released over the weekend or that Friday. I don't think they're going to release it on that Friday. I think they want bears to be trapped out of the market, and they want bulls to be trapped in the market. So that would be perfect timing to do it. You do another MF Global, you do another whatever event you want to call it, and you get your first 3-3-3-3 wave down on Monday, and then a 3-3-3-3-3 wave down on Tuesday, which, believe me, is a crash wave. This all lines up for it. I don't know how many people are seeing this. I don't think many are. I think that that people are just going back to sleep, giving up on the bear case. I'm not giving up on the bear case. As far as I can see, exactly what JCD said happened in her dream, that it would all start once the market closed down 389 points. Well, guess what, folks? It has started since then. When the market closed down 389 points, that was when? That was what, back here on the, let's see, was it on the 9th? Let me see, what date was it on? I can't even remember. It was this right here, that date. And so, yeah, that was, I guess, was that date? The 9th? Okay. So, so far since then, the market it hasn't taken out that high. Pretty much that's been it. That was your 389 point down day. The markets went up, put a wave 2 in, and now we're starting a wave 3. And inside the wave 3, well, I'm sorry if I get these wave counts wrong. I'm getting a little confused on it, but But point being here, it has not taken that high. I think she's right on her dream. I think we are going to go down here. Like I said, this week we should bounce up and rally for a wave 2. And then after that, I think we're going to have our multiple 5 wave 3s. 5 3 waves will happen on Tuesday. That's what I see. That's the big crash date. And so we'll see. So I'll be lightly trading this week. I'm doing any at all because I think they're just going to float the market higher. I don't know how high. I don't want to be caught either way if it gets a little seesawy, and I don't want to be caught, period. So for me, I'll probably be looking towards the end of the week, towards Friday, and seeing what Friday ends up with, and possibly going short either that Friday or that Monday. Depending upon what I think is going to happen there. You don't know, but it might be prudent to get short that Friday, especially if we peak out somewhere. So, okay, that's it, gang. I know I've drug this out quite a long time period. I'm sorry. But my weekend videos, I usually try to cover what I'm seeing for the whole week. And so to put that in perspective, I want you to, remember Dubai and how they fooled people and how the market went down 3.3% on that date. And then I also want you to remember the ritual date of 11/29, which is another 11. Okay? And then if we did this count out, and I'll do this in another weekend video, if you did this count out, very well we could have our 5th wave down either to start on December the 7th with a wave 4 up peaking at that time, or we could start the wave, or we could bottom out at that time with December 7th. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But by the way, that's the countdown on the Illuminati.org website. It ends on December 7th, 2011, 70 years after the false flag event on Pearl Harbor. And it also makes a nice 9/11. So if we have a wave 4 up into that time period, after this wave 3 down, then wave 5 down could happen on that date. That could be the start date of wave 5 down inside of this whole pattern here. So again, it'd be like wave 1, 2, then here's your big 3, then your big 4, then your wave 5, and that would be a nasty, nasty wave too. So something staged, I'm sure. Okay, that's it, gang. Thanks a lot, and I shall see you on the blog. Of course, everything is subject to change, but this is just what I'm seeing of the biggest possibility, the biggest odds of happening throughout the week. So we'll just adapt it as it goes along. Good luck, everyone.